Hi, welcome to BetRepublic.com, American League for Wednesday. We're looking at 4 games today, Greg. We're going to start things off with the Kansas City Royals. I had a play yesterday on the Royals and Angels staying under 5 runs in the first 5 innings. You know, you go to the bottom of the 5th, scores 2-1. You're feeling pretty good. You got a chance. But the Royals' bats have been hot this year for a reason, and they turned it on with 4 runs. I'm not calling that a bad beat, though. It's just the Royals doing what they do.
You know what? They had 1 out, and or was it 2? They had a guy on first and second. It was 2-2. So if they get a double play or a pop-up or whatever, you could have snuck out of that. It ended up going under for the whole game. So the system we gave out for the entire game was the winner, but unfortunately we picked the first 5 instead of the whole game.
Take a bit of a lump, but baseball's been good on a run now. Today we've got Kazmir on the mound, lefty, going against Kyle Davies. Davies 4-3. Kazmir's had an up-and-down season. His last game was a bad outing against Seattle. Is it time for a good game, Greg?
Yeah, last outing he gave up 6 runs, 8 hits, and 5 in the 3rd innings, and they lost 8-3 against Seattle. He's given up 4 or more runs, Jarvis, in 5 out of his 9 starts in his first full season since joining the Angels. And like I say, 6 runs and 8 hits and 5 in the 3rd innings is not, what they brought him in there to do. You got Davis, Kyle Davis. He's good at home, actually. He's, at home, his ERA is 2.35, Jarvis, and his WHIP is 1.0. So he's pitched very well at home. You can get the home team here in this spot. The umpire is also very favorable. He didn't work for us last night in the Padres game, but he did work on the over in the Philadelphia and Atlanta game. So we've got a good umpire today or tonight in this game. We have an official selection on this. I like the Kansas City Royals. They're about $1 minus $1.05.
Yeah, when you've got a bad bullpen, what's one thing that nullifies that? That's another team with a bad bullpen.
Exactly.
So take that out of the equation. I like the way Kansas City's been swinging the bats. Greg's got a play on the Royals laying 105. That's a nice price. Even if you pay up to 110, I saw that at some books. That's still a favorable price. Let's run the bases, Greg.
Brought to you by
Jarvis and Greg. Start with Oakland and Boston. Red Sox laying 150. Dice K's on the mound. You talk about Kazmir's inconsistency. He's not the only one. It's hard to know what you're going to get with Dice K this season. He's been up and down. His ERA is currently sitting at 5.77. You check his record since he came into Major League Baseball. That is higher than any of his ERAs the past 3 years.
Yeah, it's and Oakland's played them tough in this series, actually. You want to take an American League team when they're on the road and fade them on the run line. So you're laying a run and a half here with Boston. You want to do that if this American League team is kind of anemic in scoring runs. If they're scoring on average, Jarvis, 4.2 or less runs per game, you want to play against them on the run line when they're playing against an opponent, which the Red Sox pitcher has done, who's walked 4+ hitters in each of his last 2 outings. Now think about this. You've got a Red Sox pitcher who's walking people, yet you want to play on this team. And the reason you want to do that is because they're not getting runners home the way they should be.
Right.
So it's kind of a contrarian system, but it's worked very well. It's 7-3 this year on the run line, guys, and plus money. A top opinion on this game in the Red Sox minus a run and a half.
I like the Red Sox in this game too, Greg. I was looking at a few of my numbers earlier this morning. Had a 7-2 profile that fits for Boston. Like laying the 1.5. Think they're going to knock around, Oakland around a little bit.
Yeah, and I think you're getting, what, about $1.30 back?
I'm seeing plus 120.
Okay, 120.
Okay, let's look at Texas and the White Sox tonight. White Sox laying 125. Gavin Floyd and Scott Feldman on the mound. Both guys with a 2-5 record. Greg, you like the Rangers.
I like the Rangers here. We've got another one of these systems we've mentioned many times. We won't go into it today, but it's a plus or minus $1.25 system, and it's a play against the home team by fading the home team, Jarvis, 45-19 in the last 5 years. It's also 3-1 this season, Jarvis. And, that's a good percentage, 70%, and you're getting plus money with the underdog Texas Rangers.
One more game we're going to look at from the American League, Minnesota at Seattle. M's are laying money here. Maybe Minnesota's bats have cooled off a little bit after last night. You're seeing Seattle minus 145. They got Cliff Lee on the mound. Lee has had 17 starts in his career against Minnesota. He's been around a long time. But he's got an 8-3 record, 3.57 ERA. And, he's going against Slowey, though, who's been strong for the Twins.
Well, the thing here is we're back to 7, which is exactly where this total should be. But I would much rather place over 7 than 7.5 for the obvious reason. If it's 3-3, the worst you're going to do is get a push in a spot like this. And we have the same system that we've mentioned this particular series twice before the last 2 days, and we're going to mention it again because the system is keeps winning. You want to take an American League team that's scoring 4.2 or less runs per game, play them over the total When they're playing a team with the bullpen, the ERA is 3.75 or lower, and that starting pitcher for the Twins, Jarvis, is going 6.5 innings. Long story short, great system, 61-26. It's won here in this series already. It's 16-8 to the over this season, I do believe. An opinion on the Twins and the Seattle Mariners to run over or to score
Looking
over
for
7
that
runs.
game to go over. Also had some opinions there. Check betrepublic.com for more baseball information. Quick recap. Greg's official play for today is on Kansas City, laying 105. Get the price you can get. National League is up next. Stick around for more baseball picks. We'll be right back.